It's raining again. Oh, it's raining again. Hello, Booktube. It's Louise, the Big Head Bookworm. Lovely to see you. Hope you are well, wherever it is you are and whatever it is you're doing. How the heck are you? Are you having a good day? It's raining here. I was going to do some washing and hang it out on the old whirligig, but no, I am not going to hang it out now because it is actually having a good downpour, which actually we do need. It's been very muggy here, so maybe that'll freshen it and we can all be a bit fresher. Yeah, so hello. So that's why I'm sitting in this way. Normally I sit over there or down there. I would have actually liked to have sat down there and that would have been great for the light, but the cat's there. Cat has claimed his spot. So that's the end of that. I'm having a topsy-turvy day. Everything that I was going to do in the afternoon, I'm now doing in the morning, including talking to you, because another cat needs to go to the vets this afternoon. Curse those cats. What are they like, eh? So yes, thank you to everybody for commenting on my last video, saying that you'd like Yarn Chat to come back. I'm going to record it this weekend. Yes, it will go up next week. Because of the way that my schedule's worked, I need to do it this weekend. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm gathering things. Also, my last video, I talked about this book, but I didn't have it to hand. A is for Arsenic, The Poisons of Agatha Christie by Kathryn Harkup. I think that looks like markup. But it is, in fact, Harkup. And funnily enough, markup rings better to me as a name, but Harkup. But it is Kathryn Harkup. It's really good. It starts off with a bit about Dame Agatha, Dame Agatha's Deadly Dispensary, and then it has 14 different poisons, a chapter on each, and these are the ones that Agatha uses in her books, and it talks about the poisons and how they're used and how they're discovered. It is a bit spoiler filled if you haven't read the books, so I would say probably you have to be into your Agathas. Otherwise, you are going to get spoiled for them, I think. I would say. So I would say it's probably if you're an Agatha fan and you like poisons. Who doesn't? And as I'm into pharmacy, as I work as a pharmacy technician, this is just great for me. This actually wasn't bought for me. It was actually bought for Benedict, our lad. And I have taken it from him because he's not read any Agathas. So yeah, really chuffed with that. So hey, how are you? I'm here with some books, 5 books that I'm looking that make me sad. They make me sad. I bought them with such high hopes I had, and they are all beautiful, and I did not like them. 2 of them I think I could go back to. One of them fair near broke my heart with the fact I didn't like it. I was so sad. But yeah, that's what I brought you here with my kind of tale of depressing, sad reads, really. So yeah, but before I do that, I just want to do the latest parish notice. Parish notice is a what we call notes that are put up in the parishes or in the parish magazine that comes around free to every house, where it tells you what's going on in our village and our locale, and I like to share them here with you just in case you're interested, or in fact you can help. So the rehearsals for the pantomime will be starting in September. The dates have been announced. The pantomime is going to be, oh, there's a nice blackbird. There is a pantomime going to be performed in the second week of December. The director kindly requests that the half of the horse costume that has gone missing is returned. Can't do a pantomime with only half a horse. So no questions asked, nothing will be asked as to why you have taken it. If it could just be put in the porch of the village hall in the next week, that would be greatly received. Thank you very much. And now let's get on with the books. Okay, which one should I start with? It's hard to choose between all the disappointments. Let's start with this one. This is actually one I am going to try and go back to. Look at it. It is beautiful. I picked it up last year when we were on holiday in Cornwall. It's called The Feast. It is by Margaret Kennedy. It is a Is it a murder mystery? Is it more of a tale? What is it? What is it? I don't really know. It says the miniature charm of a baby Austen. I don't know if that's a bit of a slight. Exquisite comedy. I think probably that should have put me off immediately because I'm not into comedy. I really thought it was a murder mystery, and I'm not sure it is a murder mystery. It is, however, beautiful, and I'm not sure I'm going to be able to get rid of it because it is so beautiful. But it's called The Feast, set in Cornwall, summer 1947, a buried seaside hotel. Cornwall, midsummer 1947, Pendrac Manor Hotel has just been buried in a rubble of collapsed cliff. 7 guests have perished, but who brought the strange assembly together for a moonlit feast before this act of God or man? And I started reading it, and I must have started reading it about 4 times, and I've never got past page 35 on each time. Each time I have to start again because I can't remember what happened. I don't like any of the characters that we've met. I don't like the situation. I don't like the tone. I don't like it. I don't like it. I keep trying because I want to like it because it is beautiful and it's set in Cornwall and it looks like something I should love. I don't like it. There's a particular tone of comedy that I find really hard to get on with, and it's when it's arch, when it's knowing, when it's done for effect, and that's how it feels. It doesn't feel like it's comic because of the situation or just it is comic. It feels like it's slyly done. It feels sly. It feels like, aren't I clever? And I'm showing you how clever I am. That's the feeling I get. I get the like, aren't I clever? Aren't I pretty? Aren't I clever? Admire me and not enjoy me. And it isn't inclusive. It doesn't actually kind of bring me in. None of it has brought me in. It's all just made me stand and admire it. Even in those, and I literally have tried 4 times and can't get on with it. Each time I put it down going, no, I cannot bear. Now, so if you have read it and you have loved it, then let me know. Does it get better? Am I right about the tone? It is beautiful, but no, that's just too much. This one, Empire in Black and Gold, the days of peace are over. I have only heard good things about this science fiction writer. Science fiction and fantasy, I suppose. Fantasy perhaps more than science fiction because it says far out world building. One man stands against the shadows of war. I don't know why I picked this up. I think it was because of it's won an award, the Arthur Clarke Award, and it's that author. Is it Adrian Tchaikovsky? Yeah, is that right? Empire in Black and Gold. And it's a series and it's really chunky, and I bought it from our local independent bookshop in Ely called Tops, and I thought it was going to be my latest kind of sci-fi fantasy read, and I wanted it, and I found the world building, I'm not going to go into the plot of it. It's that kind of standard high civilization against low civilization trope. So there was that. And I also found it very male orientated. And I found it heavy. I didn't feel like I was drawn in. I think this is the thing about all of these books. I feel like I wasn't drawn into it. I read, how quickly did I read up to about 75 pages, which is actually further than I normally give a book. If it hasn't grabbed me by 50, then there has to be something quite amazing for me to carry on trogging through it. I am tempted to go back to this. If anybody's read it and thinks it's marvellous, then please tell me. Look, the cover's beautiful. Actually, I've got a bit of a kind of a slight, that isn't part of the, that bit there isn't part of the cover. That's actually looks like a bit of oil that Osley's got on it. It's that kind of soft touch cover. I can't tell you much more about it apart from I didn't enjoy it. Again, this was last year, and I put these books to one side to talk to you about and to say to you that I didn't love them. It had stopped raining and it started raining again. Weather for you. So yes, both of these, I would be interested in knowing if you've read them and did you like them and persuade me to read them. If not, they're going. This one, I should have known better. Should have known better to lie to one as beautiful as you. Showing my age. I really enjoyed The 7 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle. And if you've read that, then you'll know. It's a unusual, timey-wimey kind of mystery where he keeps dying, keeps waking up as a different person, and there are loads of deaths, and it's great. I enjoyed it. 7 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle. Really enjoyed it. Bought it in hardback as a whim. It's up there. Can't show you it because I'll have to get up. So when his next book came out by Stuart Turton, called The Devil and the Dark Water, with this gorgeous cover, I saw it reduced and I thought, hello, you're the book for me. It's got a nice map. Inside of a ship. Have you got any other maps? No, it's just the inside of a ship, which gives you an idea of it's a nautical ship. But it sounded like it was all a bit of a kind of ghostly kind of ghostly horror set on the sea. Now, I'm not really into books that are set on the sea, and I'm really not into books about pirates. However, Count of Monte Cristo is one of my favourite books, so I can cope with books with pirates in. Not very much a pirate kind of a girl, but I didn't realise it was as pirate heavy as it actually is. It's set in 1637, and Samuel Pepys, the world's greatest detective, is being transported from the Dutch East Indies to Amsterdam, where he's facing trial and execution for a crime that he may or may not have committed. Travelling with him is his loyal bodyguard, Aunt Hayes, who is determined to prove his friend innocent, while also on board are... But no sooner is their ship out to sea than devilry begins to blight the voyage. And it's... Then the passengers hear a terrible voice whispering to them in the darkness, promising them 3 unholy miracles. First, an impossible pursuit. Second, an impossible theft. Third, an impossible murder. Now, I thought that sounded good. Again, it is that kind of weird mystery. It sounded very ghostly. Sounded like it had a bit of horror to it. And I got to, and this shows you how committed I was, a page 178. And you know what? I didn't care. I did not care. I did not care what was happening. I didn't care about any of the characters. I did not care. I didn't want to know. Every time there was any piratey nonsense, discussions of pirates, any kind of whiff of a pirate, I was like, not interested. The mystery itself, I don't care. That's how I feel. I feel like it's too clever by half. And I didn't enjoy it. I have no idea what the reviews are of this, whether I am the outlier and everybody else has thoroughly enjoyed it, or whether I am speaking for the chorus because everybody thought it was tosh. But not for me. What can I say? It's beautiful. I would love to really enjoy it. It looks lovely. It's that kind of gorgeous hardback. Should be $16.99. There is no way I paid $16.99 for it. Again, this was last year. Last year? Yeah, it must be last year. And I felt really sad because I was so thrilled when I saw it. I was like, and I kind of like did that rush home and I'm going to finish that book really quickly so that I could read this book. And I just didn't enjoy it, friends. Just not the book for me. Not the book for me. What can I say? Not the book for you. So, yeah. I should have looked into it a bit more. Sometimes that does happen that I get bedazzled by a pretty face. I get bedazzled by the flash of an ankle or the turn of the jaw or, you know, they cast their eyes at me, these books. Give me the once up, once down. I feel a frisson. I go over there, I buy them. And then, do you know, they're all fur coat and no knickers. They're just not for me. That's what I would say. I hated this book. The Lost Apothecary by Sarah Penner. Now, if this is one of your favourite books, that's fine. If any of these are your favourite books, that's fine. You are still welcome here. I still love you. Did not enjoy this book. It's called The Lost Apothecary by Sarah Penner. A forgotten history, a secret network of women, a legacy of poison and revenge. Welcome to The Lost Apothecary. I should have loved it. Look at it. It's beautiful. I had a really nice bookmark that went with it that I have put somewhere. Where did I put that bookmark? It was really nice. Look at that. It's gorgeous. Its end papers are bright yellow. But the covers, the dust jacket's gorgeous. It's a kind of small little hardback. I think this is her first novel. Oh, I didn't enjoy it. I really didn't enjoy it. It's set in 2 time zones. It's set in the now and also in the, I want to say 1700s, something like that. Set in London. The modern time zone is a lady coming from America, and she just found out it's supposed to be a fabulous holiday with her husband, but she's found out that he's not who she thinks he is. He's playing away, and spoiler, it's very close, very start at the beginning of the book. And then there's what happens at the apothecary, and there's kind of like this magic side. It's the kind of split between the two. And I was not only predicting where the plot was going to go, I was predicting the next sentence. That's not good. I don't read books to predict the next sentence. Do you know why I don't do that? Because I can't write books. I am not a writer in any way, shape or form. I have no urge to write. I am not interested in reading something as bad as I would write. I'm very good at factual, business letters or emails in that respond. Do you know, I'm really good at that kind of stuff. But what I cannot do is I can't write a story at all. It's just not my thing. I can't do it. I couldn't do it when I was at school. I can't do it as a grown-up. I've never been that interested in doing it. Have I tried writing a Mills and Boon many, many years ago? Yes. And what did I learn? I can't write. That's the problem. I can't write. So the fact I could predict the next sentence told you how bad I found this. So bad. So bad. That blackbird out there is loving the rain. Like, ooh, doing a dance. I've lost my breath in sheer fed upness. Excuse me. It was predictable. It was bad, friends. It was bad. And apparently people really like it, and I do not. And I wanted to, believe me, I did really want to. I'm sorry, I have to cough again. I've caught my breath in my sheer horror of how bad this is. Oh. It was supposed to be magical. It's not magical. It's supposed to be the secret network of women, and it just. And don't you know that as soon as she found that bottle on the kind of the shores of London, of the Thames, when she was mudlarking, and you knew that she felt a connection with the past, and the past. I mean, it is that trite. It is that bad. It's exactly what you think it is going to be. And anything if I can predict it. It's not good. So that was, I don't know, how far did I get into this? I actually was laughing at how bad some of it was. I think I got to about mid-70s before I just thought, oh, cannot be doing with this. Anyway, this is my last one. This is my last book. Oh, I was so sad. I was so sad that this wasn't what I wanted it to be. You would think I would love this book. All of me droops when I think about this. My hair droops, my glasses droop, I droop, the cat droops. We all droop. 'Tis the Christie Affair by Nina de Gramont. Probably de Gramont, isn't it? Elizabeth McNeill was enthralled. I was not. I did actually read virtually all of this. I skimmed about the last quarter. So I read 3/4 of it. I skimmed the last quarter. I didn't love it. It's 2 perspectives. It's In 1926, Agatha Christie disappeared for 11 days. Only I know the truth of her disappearance. I'm no Hercule Poirot. I'm her husband's mistress. So it's set from the perspective of her husband's mistress. That actually did happen, that, you know, her husband had an affair. Archie had an affair. First marriage, Archie had an affair. He split up from her. She disappeared. Nobody was. There was an enormous manhunt looking for her. And then they kind of appeared and she was living in a hotel in Harrogate, I think. I shall be reading more about it when I read the next biography of Agatha Christie, which comes out in September by historian Dr. Lucy Worsley, who I think is brilliant anyway, so I will be reading that. Gosh, I'll be disappointed if that's not brilliant, because she is brilliant. But anyway, I didn't like Agatha in this, and I didn't like the mistress. And it flitted too much. Maybe it's because of the speed at which I read. I read very, very fast. And so if things are broken up in lots of little chunks, I never get involved in anything because everything is moving on too quickly for me. So it just seems that I'm going from one person to another, to another, to another, to one time zone, to another time zone. So the mistress is talking about the now and is also talking about the then. The then, again, I felt was highly predictable. Irish girl, a girl from London who has Irish connections, goes back to Ireland, sees a chap. You can imagine what happens. The kind of young love kind of thing. The mistress, and then it's her with Archie now. That feels really contrived. It feels really not nice. Archie, I mean, obviously Archie isn't a likeable character at all, and Agatha isn't a likeable character at all. You don't know. It is written from Neen, the mistress, thinking about what Agatha's going through and kind of saying that this is what Agatha's going through, and also talking about the kind of the mystery of her disappearance and how that started to be reported. I didn't enjoy it. I didn't like it. I didn't want to spend time with anybody in this book. The story from the mistress's past, I wasn't interested in. In fact, I just didn't like it. I can't say more than that. I didn't like it. And there's nothing worse than a book you were really looking forward to and that you were really thrilled and is as gorgeous as this, to then dislike it. You just go, oh, see, it's beautiful. It just feels like a double letdown, because not only are you let down because you're not enjoying it, but you're also let down because you had such high hopes. Foolishly, perhaps, but I didn't enjoy it. I didn't like it. I didn't want to spend time with these people, and my reading time is precious. I don't have all the reading time in the world, and I certainly don't want to spend it with people I don't want to spend it with. So that was the end of that. I don't know. Well, I'm going to get rid of the Lost Apothecary, because I actually get irritated whenever I see it. It actually annoys me when I see it, because it was as bad as I thought it was going to be. However, some of the other, and the Stuart Turton, I think I'll get rid of that one as well. Try and hold this level, Louise. There we go. Oh, it's a bit heavier than my normal stack. So there we are. There's the obligatory stack. So the Christie Affair. Oh, it's so beautiful. But I kind of want to keep it because of my Christie books. But I don't know. Is there any point in keeping a book that actually you didn't like? I don't know. The Devil in the Dark Water I shall get rid of. The Lost Apothecary I will get rid of. The Feast and the Empire in Black and Gold I am willing to be persuaded. Not that that's your job, but take it as your job. There we go, Booktube, that's it. I couldn't really be that more articulate about the reasons why I didn't like the book, probably because actually most of them I read last year and I just have the feeling, the residual irritation. Can you tell? I found it very irritating, these books. And there we go, that's it. That's what I have for you this week, a stack of books that I didn't enjoy. I was let down by. I had hopes for. I felt wooed. I felt like they betrayed me in some way, she says, being very overdramatic. However, this book's great. So, there is that. Anyway, Booktube, this has been lovely. If you've enjoyed this video, then please like the video and subscribe if you don't already. I'm trying to do videos every week. In fact, I will do videos every week, and if I can do any more, I will do. I'm going to bring back yarn chat. We're going to have chats about weather and laundry, although not today. And we'll talk about books. Next week, I should talk about books that I'm liking. This has been Lovely Booktube. Let's do it again.